So today I thought I'd do a little bit of a different vlog and show you guys behind the scenes of all the used parts that have been building up around the channel, and damn, there is quite a lot of this stuff here, so let's get through it all. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Brian coming to you guys today with a little vlog where I'm just showing you behind the scenes of what's been going on with Tech Yes City. And as you probably know, if you've seen in the past, I broke my toe, so that actually set me back a lot in terms of time because I was bedbound for a few days, and even then I'm pretty slow even now. So it'll be another couple of weeks until I'm fully functional again. But we've got here just a lot of what's been going on in the last few weeks is I've found myself having all these parts but not having sort of extra parts to finish the build. So what I did was I ordered a heap of different drives, like hard drives off the auctions. I ordered a heap of different coolers, heap of power supplies, heap of cases. And so pretty much when I get like a graphics card like this in, which is like a 6970, and I've got, like, say, for instance, a combo like the P55, I can then just go and bang out a build for you guys without having to worry about what parts I need. Now, the best part of all this is probably over here. This is kind of like my special table. This here is actually going to be a build that I'm really looking forward to with the 7970 and the X58 and the E5640. This is going to be like the king of price performance in my opinion. I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be doing a giveaway for you guys. So that's sort of like the project that I'm really eyeing off at the moment. A lot of people want to see this one as well. This is the E5 2670 V3. So this is the Haswell one. I've actually booted this up already, so it is confirmed working. It works perfectly with this motherboard. I've just ordered in some RAM there, which actually memory prices are really cheap at the moment. So they're kind of like what they were before that factory blew up and all the memory prices went up. So it's actually a good time to buy memory now. And back there we've got kind of like DDR3 memory, which I just ordered in because I find myself needing a lot of that stuff as well. Over there's kind of like a junk motherboard. I don't know why I've kept this, but I just have because I'm waiting on a BIOS chip to come in so I can test it out and see if it was the BIOS that was corrupt on that motherboard from that previous build in the past. But anyway, that's what's been going on in this room. I've actually got some power supplies in that were not checked. So I figured you guys would probably want to check them with me, and we'll see if these things are junk or funk, baby. Okay, so here is the test bed over here. We actually got this 850 watt power supply in. It's an Aurum Pro, so it's a gold rated power supply. And now I'm going to be hooking this up to my trusty server board, which I got for like 30 bucks. I absolutely love this thing because it's a pretty tough board and it has all the beep codes built on, so you don't need an extra speaker. It just reads it all out from this thing here. So awesome, let's get on with the tests.
Alright, look at that 12 volt rail, look at that. 4 different lines there with 25 amps on each rail. This thing better work.
Alright, so it's finally time. We're going to switch this little bad boy on. Now, I actually didn't realize this was another one that I ordered in. I don't know why this one got in faster. I guess the guy's just really quick on his shipping. So that beep is a good sound. We didn't hear any popping. But we're just going to boot it up and see if it works. I think it's one of these pins. I forgot which one it actually is. One of these pins boots it up. Yeah, there it goes. So, looks like it's working. This is the Ace Bell. Interesting brand. I vaguely remember this brand. I haven't heard of them lately, so maybe they went out of business. But anyway, we getting a signal out of this thing or what? So as soon as the signal comes on, then we know our power supply is pretty much good to go. So you guys are just seeing this live. This is like behind the scenes stuff. This is how I usually test stuff. So nothing really much to hide here. Just got my little test bench over here. And alright, what's going on here? Should be putting out that single. There it is. Alright, that took ages, like literally that took ages. So next up here we have a 500 watt power supply. This is from the Ace Bell as well, AC Bell. It's got 470 watts on the 12 volt line, so I like this. I picked this up for around about $10, but there's just one little problem. It's like, when I smell it, it just smells a little bit off. So anyway, let's just test it. Let's test it out. Alright, it's time for the moment of truth with the Ace Bell. Now, hopefully we hear the beep. Okay, that's a good sound. That's a good sound to hear. Let's just start this thing up. Like, I really forgot which pin it was. I remember I checked on the net, but it's one of these in the middle. Yeah. Alright, cool. So yeah, this power supply works. I don't know what the little smell was, what that was about, but maybe it's just a new power supply. I mean, if we look closely, like, man, it looks like it hasn't even been used once. So, brand new, like, 500 watt power supply for $10.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Damn, this monitor takes a long time to, like, get out a signal to, so I'm hoping the signal comes through soon. But, oh, there it is, cool. Alright, sweet. This power supply works too. So yeah, we've got 2 funks so far, and no junk. Now, this was this motherboard that I got completely hosed on. I actually had to seal it in this cabinet here because it reeked, like it absolutely stank. This thing is a health hazard, like a legitimate health hazard. And I'm actually going to go to the police when I get some time and report this guy for fraud, because he didn't even, like, in his auctions, he didn't mention, like, at the back of the board here, it's severely crisp, like, it's toast there. And when I pulled this heatsink off, it was toast. I mean, the actual back of the board as well, there is some serious damage to this motherboard just here as well. And, like, he actually put up photos of a new motherboard, or, like, one that had absolutely no problems at all. So yeah, gonna report this guy. So, you know, it's not always, you guys are probably thinking, oh, you get lucky with the parts. Nah, like, I get seriously hosed some of the time. So I actually gotta close this thing up because it just reeks. Oh my god, look what just came in the mail. This is that 850 watt power supply that I was talking about before. I actually wasn't home when it tried to come. So we are gonna jump in the car and we're gonna go get it. Car vlogs. I've actually got to turn the exposure down. Damn. It's like, man, white sizzle, man. Alright, it's cool. So I think the exposure's set just about the right level, and we're going to talk about hardware for you guys. So GTX 780, I have put one on bid, so hopefully I'll win the bid, and then I'm going to be doing that video for you guys, because I've got a heap of archive benchmarks that I can cross-reference. And when I do that, I'll be able to tell you what exactly is going on with the drivers, because I've got the exact same settings, I've got the exact same levels, and you know what I mean, all those settings are consistent, so I can pull them up and then I can redo the benchmarks for you guys and tell you what exactly is going on behind the scenes with Kepler, as well as the fact that I do want to test the GTX 780 in Premiere Pro, because there's this big rumor flying around that, you know, the officially supported cards work a lot better than, say, your GTX 970, your Maxwell based cards. So I'll be doing that test as well, and there's just so many tests to come that I figured, would you guys prefer it if I sort of lower the quality and get more content out, or just keep up that high quality that I've been doing in the past? Because it's just so hard, because I spend hours and hours editing videos to get the look right, and if I can't get the look right, then, you know, the video's gonna be unprofessional. So I don't know, this is why I wanted to vlog about it and sort of talk to you guys directly and see what you wanted to get out of the video. Also, another thing I wanted to talk about was the upgraders itch. I thought I used to be diagnosed with that problem. Like, I thought that was my problem, you know, I just had to constantly upgrade my stuff, otherwise I would feel like there was something empty inside. However, after doing these used builds, I have been feeding an addiction that has been so satisfying that I don't think it's the upgraders itch. I just think it's doing something different itch. And, you know, especially since I have been doing things like downgrading technically, right? I went from X99 to a C602 for my main rig, and I've been loving that so much more than X99. It's been so much more fun to work with just something different, right? The server motherboard with all those different settings on there. So that's another video I'll be getting done as well, how to tune your C602 chipset. So stay tuned for that.
The 850 watt power supply is mine. Alright.
So the last thing I wanted to talk about in the car was the direction of the channel and where we've been going lately. And man, the views and subs have been really aggressive lately. It's been exploding. Thank you guys a lot. And you know, with that, I'm sort of going to keep that keeping it real attitude where I just test things and I really don't care what the internet says. Like for instance, like spreading paste with my finger. I know some people are against it and I know there's all these reasons, but I've tested that and it's like the most consistent method of spreading paste. Not only does it save a lot of time, but my temperatures just always seem to be the most consistent. When, of course, I clean my finger before I spread it, but it's just things like that, you know. Then there's other rumors on threads. You can't overclock ECC memory. I'm having some of the best results with ECC memory. I'm talking like mediocre overclocks on the memory, but when I'm doing that, I'm getting some really good results. Like for instance, on the server motherboard, we had memory from 2012, I think it was, DDR3 memory. Now this stuff is getting up to 866 megahertz at 1.4 freaking volts. Now that is incredible. I've never really heard about that, especially for memory made back in 2012. I was just blown away anyway. So that goes to show that, you know, some of these things, some of these threads that are on the internet are just full of like complete bullshit. So anyway, that's sort of the things I'm just going to keep testing and seeing. Of course, you can't overclock ECC memory that much, right? There's going to be a level where it just starts to get 2-bit read and write errors and the whole system will crash. So you got to be wary of that when you overclock ECC memory. But when it comes to like, you know, light or mediocre overclocks, you can definitely get a lot out of it. Also, another thing about ECC memory is, you know, it comes in two forms, registered and unregistered. And I found the registered portion does not make a difference. And in some motherboards, you can actually turn the ECC portion of the memory off. And that's exactly what I did on the server memory. So I turned it off and that allowed me to get up to 1866 megahertz. So that being said, DDR3L is actually really good binned memory. That's all it is. So don't worry about it being 1.35 volt. It's really good stuff. So here's a place called Kind's Home. I actually go here a little bit when I need some little like hardware things, kind of like fittings or whatever. I actually got some of the parts, especially like brake cleaner. I actually got some of the parts for the 650D case that I did on the dual CPU build from here. Some little hard things that allow me to lock the case down on the right side or the motherboard to the case. However, this time around I'm just going to get some alcohol wipes because I've ran out, so let's go in. And I mean, what good would a vlog be without a cat in it? I mean, come on. So here he is here. Have you ever met like those people that like put on different voices when they see animals? Kind of like this.
Oh, he's so cute, isn't he? Oh, look at him. No, 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 no.
Yeah, that's my sister, guys. She does that. So here it is. This is the 850 watt. I think it's called an Aurum Pro. Yeah, that's what it's called. So it has 70 amps on the 12 volt rail, which is pretty damn good. So let's see if this thing works. Alright, so we were just about to get this thing powered up, and apparently we need a proprietary power cable for this power supply. Like, what the actual is going on here? So we won't be able to test this thing out today. So it's kind of in the middle between junk and funk. It's not a dunk. It'd be like more like a bunk. And here is the final stop of the behind the scenes look here. So I've got here my X79 overclock gigabyte motherboard. Now this thing is insane. It's a great motherboard. You can see there it's actually got two CPU 8 pins there. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this thing once I get a cooler slapped on it. And I bought 16 gigabytes of DDR3 memory for around about 70 bucks. So I'm gonna see how that performs in dual channel when I test it against the Skylake 6600K in dual channel, because I want to test that with mid-range cards and just see how far we've come and compare something sort of similar price to something of similar price. Well, actually this is a little bit cheaper because I got the CPU for like $170 and also the motherboard for $170, as opposed to the CPU which costs like $280 alone. So anyway, we're gonna be testing that. I can't wait to give you guys that. This is the Zalman Z9 case that I picked up for this as well. I got this for 20 bucks. I've already cleaned it up, as you can see. It's looking beautiful. And we are going to put all the parts in that and get that crack-a-lackin'. So here's the actual old set that I used to record on for you guys. You probably remember it. It's the blue backdrop. I actually still use it. It's just that it's been really cold in winter, so I kind of have just wanted to stay downstairs because I got the gas heater down there. And electrical power is just so expensive in winter. So yeah, but there's a set there. I'm actually thinking, depending on how this performs in the Skylake benchmarks, I'm actually thinking of selling it. If this thing comes close, especially with the mid-range graphics cards, I'm probably going to sell that build. So yeah, it's the downgrader's itch, baby. And then lastly here, I've just got a review sample of the Creative iRaw. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I was pretty much just going to get onto it and then I broke my toe. So that's going to be out in the next few days, actually, the review of this. So expect that really soon. So anyway, that's about it for me today, guys. If you like this video, then be sure to hit that like button and also let me know what you guys think about this vlog style. It's sort of like a great way for me to test things and sort of relay things that are on my mind that I couldn't otherwise do in a dedicated video because it just looked really weird and it sort of digressed from the topic way too much. So look forward to your comments in the comment section below. And I'm also filming off this camera that I actually picked up down the junk store for like 60% of the original price. This is the WX970M from Panasonic. So it's got image stabilization, it's 4K, and I'm actually using the onboard microphones to record audio. So I kind of wanted something where I could get quick and easy shots that wouldn't sort of stop my workflow too much. So let me know what you think about the video quality as well. So I'll catch you guys in another tech video very soon. Peace out for now. Bye. Yeah guys, this is a new thing on the internet called iRoll. So in Tech Yes City fashion, we are not going to let the power supply win. We're going to change over this proprietary crap with a standard jack, and then we're going to see if this power supply works. Okay, so I've just soldered on a different actual power connector on the rear here. So we are going to test if this power supply actually works now. Alright, so here we go. We're going to turn this on now and, you know, see if it works. Oh! That's a good sign so far. I'm just going to get my pair of scissors and try and start this computer up now. Alright, let's hope this thing starts up. So this is the last part in our quest for glory. Okay, cool. The fan is spinning. The fan is spinning on this too. And the thermal insulated glove is on. Now can we get a signal? $50 power supply is complete funk. So we just gotta wait, because again, that server board, the wait is just gruesome. It's painful almost. Oh, it works, ladies and gentlemen. The power supply is working. So we are good to go. Our $50 850 watt gold power supply, the FSP Aurum Pro, is now perfect. It's working. Job done.
Job's done.